I've got a setup that's absolutely perfect for kind of what I call action portraiture, or in other words, children's portraiture. This is kind of the ultimate test of the limits of open aperture shooting. So I have an 85mm f1.4 on a Sony a6300. Now the setting on this camera is going to be as follows. When you're on function, you want to be in what we call right up here wide, and wide will allow the sensors across all 479 dots on the grid to be looking for information. That's the setting that you want. You can't be on any other setting. Then you want to be on right here, autofocus continuous, not still, because as you'll see, she's going to move. And then we're going to go up to high plus, which is the 11 frame per second shooting. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have the camera completely wide open. This is something you could never do before, period. Those of you who've shot portraiture, you know when I show you this, you'd wish that you could do this, because this is something that's the limits of what's possible in portraiture. So what I'm going to do when I press this button right here, you'll see that there's a dot. It's a green dot, and go ahead and move side to side, and it follows her around, okay? So when I lay down this button here and move from side to side, it'll follow, and I'm shooting at 11 frames per second. That's a lot of frames. Now, that is following her, you know, from side to side. So what it'll also do is it will predictably track. It has what's called 4D autofocus, where it's complicated. It's phase detection, sensors, and contrast mixed together and anticipating where the subject's going to go. So in short, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do portraiture in action, okay, with the lens completely wide open as the subject's on the move. Okay, so Katie, go ahead and go backwards a couple feet, and then now you see how I'm following her eyeball right there? And just go ahead and kind of move side to side as you walk toward me. Okay, walk toward me. And I am laying it on. Okay, good. And go back. We'll do another couple sequences like that. So here we go again. I'm going to press the eye AF button. Boom. Finds the eye. And then go ahead and walk toward me. Yep. Perfect. Okay, I'd like to find a spot. Tell you what, go where it's shady. I'm going to stay right here, but just kind of go where it's shady, and then, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good. And then, so, see, even at a great distance, the eyeball's in focus. So now, Katie, go ahead and walk toward me, but kind of side by side. And then there we go. And then it's following her eye. And it's doing that throughout the entire sequence. Now, it was 11 frames per second. Okay, you can go backwards. Now, the thing about eye autofocus is that it's not a feature that you can find on this camera unless you custom program it, because the camera's got so many different functions that it allows you to customize it. You know, it's got like custom 1, button custom 2, and then you can re-customize the AEL lock and the AF/MF lock and all of that. On our premium channel at GaryFong.com, if you look for the Sony a6300 premium video, we've got about five and a half hours of very clearly laid out and categorized videos on how to unleash the power of this camera. And one of the things that we'll teach you in that video is how to program this most important IAF button. Because this IAF button, what I do is I put it on the auto exposure lock, that's in the background, and then it'll be ready to fire. Okay, go ahead and walk toward me again, a little bit side by side, and then there we go. And there you have it.